And now, my students of law, a client of yours slips on a roller skate, then suffers bodily harm. What do you recommend?
Sue!
Good. And what if a client of yours is in a car accident and suffers grievous bodily harm?
Sue!
Good. And what if your client is in an accident and miraculously suffers no bodily harm?
Teach him to limp and sue!
Good. But what if this client then refuses to pay you?
Arrange some bodily harm!
Good.
It's a beautiful night, isn't it, Quennel?
Yeah. It looks like we've got Lover's Bluff all to ourselves, too.
Yeah. It's the sort of night when you want everything to be beautiful. The moon, the stars, even your thoughts should be beautiful tonight.
Oh, come here. What are you thinking about?
Death.
Beautiful.
Oh, not in a bad way.
No?
You know, more sort of a melancholy way. You know, in a sad way, death can be beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, you mean like that toad I ran over up the road? Looked like a beautiful change person.
Quennel, don't be gross. I mean, like in The Empire Strikes Back, when Yoda died, that was sad, but it was beautiful, too.
Yoda dies in The Empire Strikes Back? Thanks a lot. I haven't seen that film yet. Thank you.
I was just thinking that if you were ever to die, I could never remarry.
Remarry?
I mean, if we were married.
All right.
You're so special. It's like you're one of a kind, and I know I could never replace you. I wouldn't even try. Oh, baby, I love you so much.
Ah, me too.
Then you feel the same way I do.
Oh, of course. About what?
About me. If I were to die first, you wouldn't remarry.
Hey, don't be morbid.
It's not morbid, it's romantic. Would you remarry if I died first?
Well, you're not going to die first.
I might.
Well, not statistically. Women live longer than men.
Deborah Winger, in Terms of Endearment, dies at the end of the movie before her husband. If you were her husband, would you have remarried?
Deborah Winger dies at the end of Terms of Endearment? Thanks a lot. Just thank you.
Quennel, you're avoiding my question because you would remarry if I died first.
You won't die first.
Couldn't you pretend I was dead?
This is a bit more disgusting than that squished toad.
Quennel, just answer me right now, yes or no?
Okay, no.
You would.
I just said no. For God's sake, I just told you I wouldn't.
Then why did you hedge like that?
Oh, I give up.
If you were to remarry, I'd understand it.
Beam me up, Scotty.
I mean, spending your whole life alone with the memory of me.
Oh, I already told you.
Going to bed alone. Waking up alone.
God.
Just like Bambi after his mother died.
Bambi's mother died? Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Quennel.
Look, I told you, I promise you, I am not going to remarry, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, Quennel, you're so wonderful.
I know.
Just you and me, forever. Oh,
Hey, you're shivering.
it's so romantic.
No, it's so cold. Come on, let's go home.
You know, it's so beautiful to know that neither of us will ever remarry.
That's right. Absolutely. 'Cause I don't believe in marriage in the first place.
What?
Nothing, dear. Let's go.
I need new socks. My socks are very old and they smell. I've worn them for many years. All I have left is a bit of thread between my big toe. And even that needs darning. I need new glasses. My old frame's dried up. Now I tape the lenses to my eyebrows. I need new jeans. The safety pin on the fly scares me. They had pockets once. All you can see now are my knees, my leg, and a bit of my bum. I need a new baseball cap. People think I'm Jewish. I need new shoes. Zeller's dashes, they once were called. They spin around my ankles when I walk. This keeps the flies off my feet. I need new underwear. My mother bought me the only pair I have. They had a name of a conservative on them. I like to pick at the waistband. Now it's all frayed, and it's hairy, and it hurts when an elastic snaps. I need all these things, and I can buy all of these things. Or I can buy a new game for my home computer. I think these clothes will do me just fine.
And now, for your listening pleasure, Frantic Times presents A Man Policing a Desert.
All right, you dudes, moving along. Keep it moving. That's right, you're going to be charged with vagrancy. Move it. Okay, you're charged. Oh, so now you're twirling. Okay, come on. Hey, you're picking up, moving away. Hey, come back here. Stop, police! Excuse me, I'm looking for the fortune teller's tent.
Please come in, Paul.
Hey, how did you know my name?
I am a fortune teller. I know many things. And besides, your underwear is sticking out the back of your pants and you've written Paul on the waistband.
Yeah, well, my mom wrote that there before she died.
For $10, I will read your palm.
Here you go.
Now give me your right hand.
Right.
Your right hand.
Right. Sorry.
What?
What is it?
Your heart line crosses your lifeline at 3 points.
Oh.
Your fate line bends away, and your success line is very thin.
Oh. What does that mean?
It means you're a dipstick.
Dipstick?
Yes, a dipstick, a pea brain, a pinhead, in Hungarian furcha, in English, a dink.
Are you calling me a dink?
Oh no, your palm is. The palm never lies.
Here, let me see that. Looks okay to me.
Of course, what does a fish know of water?
Now you're calling me a fish.
Don't be a dipstick.
I'm not a dipstick.
I can double check with my crystal ball.
Is you going to call me a dipstick too?
That is what we shall see. You want to be sure, don't you?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
$10.
Here.
Dipstick.
Wait.
I see. A swimming pool in a tropical resort.
I'm going to Florida next week.
I see you are surrounded by women in bikinis.
There, I'm no dipstick.
They are trying to revive you because you hit your head diving into the shallow end. The vision is gone. You are a dipstick.
Look at... Don't you call me a dipstick unless I pay you $10.
All right, pay.
Here.
Dipstick.
That's it. I'm going home.
I have the power to contact the dead.
Oh, you mean I can talk with my mother?
$10.
Here.
I must have absolute quiet.
Okay.
Ancient spirits, I summon you. Hold on a shag papier. Paul, is that you?
Mom?
Is that my little spunky?
Only Mom ever called me spunky. Oh, I miss you, Mom.
I watch over you, son.
Oh, I find it so hard without you. I find it hard to sew and wash for myself.
I can tell from here. But don't worry. Soon we shall be reunited, you and I, together forever.
You mean you're coming back to life?
No, you're going to hit your head on the bottom of the shallow end, Dipstick.
Legal bar exam number 8.
And now, my students of law, if a man is caught standing over his deceased wife with a smoking gun in his hand, yelling, "I did it, I shot her," what do you say?
I'm a lawyer. Here's my card. I will defend you.
Good. If a woman with 25 convictions for prostitution walks up to an undercover police officer and offers him a hot bath lick down in Singapore basket for $100, what do you say?
I'm a lawyer. Here's my card. I will defend you.
Good. If a lawyer is suspected of stealing from the Law Society Trust Fund, what do you say?
Let the shyster fry!
Good.
You know, it's amazing to me how people can take the most remarkable scientific breakthroughs and become accustomed to them so easily. The most advanced works of science are treated as mere conveniences. I know. I'm Dexter Albright. I invented the 4-color pen. I was the genius behind those pens that write in red, blue, black, and green. You know, the ones they sell in the novelty shops. Well, of course, when we started, it was a top-secret project, you know, back in those days. We called it the Alberta Project, because people from Alberta seemed to be impressed by pens that could write 4 colors. 50 engineers and some of the top physicists from around the world were gathered under me to try and unlock the mystery of a pen that would write in 4 colors. The first place we applied our attentions to was the inks. You see, I thought that if we find 4 inks that were non-miscible, that means they don't mix together, well, then we could have the secret, the answer there. So, we started. The black ink was water-based, the red was alcohol, the blue was acetone, and the green was this hydrocarbon byproduct. All we came up with was this swirling mess of colors. Sold it to hippies. They used them to draw love posters with, Then, the physicists suggested creating 4 colors by nuclear decay. This was a complete failure. In fact, 3 technicians were irradiated when a nib blew off under 50 tons of pressure. Another abortive attempt used a common base of different chemicals injected into 4 cantilevered chambers using 25 valves, a half a mile of copper tubing, and 40 solenoids. It was brilliant, but each pen cost $94 billion. We replaced the electronics with a more reliable hydraulic system, but the resultant pen must have weighed 4.5 tons. In tests, when it was stored, the pen had ripped people's pockets right off their shirts, It'd take a guy right through 3 floors before it'd stop. It was a terrible thing. The whole project began to fizzle. All of our top researchers and scientists, some of the greatest minds in pens, they were leaving. They were leaving us to work on nuclear reactors and lasers and those water-filled bubble things you shake and they snow. It was pretty much the end. The project was disbanded. I remember my lab assistant was quietly packing up her stuff at her desk. She bundled up her pens with an elastic band and she set them down on her desk there. She didn't think anything of it. Neither did I for a second. Then suddenly, I'm looking at it. Suddenly it hits me. I'm staring right at it. 4 pens, side by side, bound together in a casing, each with its own spring, each with its own push button. It was incredible. I published the results and I waited for the accolades to come flowing in. But nothing. No one called from the Nobel nomination committee. No Order of Canada medal. Oh, yeah, there were some small congratulatory notes, like from some female grade 9 science students who used the pens to decorate their biology projects. And I was asked to lecture at the University of Alberta for 3 years, but among my peers, I've been all but forgotten. Well, I don't mind. I put that behind me because I'm on the verge of another discovery, one that will make me known, that will finally earn me the recognition I deserve. I have pondered, I have researched, I have experimented, and I have labored, and soon I shall know how they get the caramel in the caramel bar. Thank you.
Legal bar exam number 15.
And now, my students of law. A postman slips on an icy driveway and sprains his back. What do you say?
I'm a lawyer. Here's my card. I think you have a case.
Good. A housewife is loading groceries into her cart trunk, and she's hit by a runaway shopping cart. What do you say?
I'm a lawyer. Here's my card. I think you have a case.
Good. A drunk staggers out of a bar, falls headfirst over a fire hydrant, and lands in a gutter on his head. What do you say?
I'm a lawyer. I've hurt my head. Could you help me up?
Good.
I'm shaving my legs.
Well, thank you for a lovely evening, Marguerite.
Would you like a cup of tea, Kenneth?
You don't think the neighbors would start any wild talk, do you? I mean, what with you just being widowed?
Kenneth Byers, you know my husband died 10 years ago. Besides, didn't you ask me to marry you last euchre night at the hall?
Well, you're right, of course.
Would you like some digestives with your tea, Kenneth?
Actually, Marguerite, I'd like to talk to you about something important.
Well, actually, Kenneth, there's something I wanted to speak of with you as well. Come, let's sit at the kitchen table.
Right. Well, Marguerite, it's a very delicate subject.
Yes, delicate is the word.
It's something I've never talked about with a lady before.
Well, goodness, Kenneth, we're both adults.
And we are, after all, getting married.
Yes, we are.
And I think it's high time we discussed money.
Yes, that's the word.
I just don't want you to think that I'm gold digging. I mean, if you're well off, that is.
Oh, I understand. Too much money can be a real problem.
Yes.
If you are well-to-do, I don't want to be just another one of your holdings.
Oh, certainly not. I mean, that would ruin a marriage.
So, how much have you got, Kenneth?
Oh, well, you know, I've never really told anyone before.
I can understand that.
How much do you have?
Well, Kenneth, I'm of the old school. I've kept it to myself for years now. Since Albert passed away, the kids have been hungry as pups to find out.
You can't be too careful.
No, you can't. So how much do you have?
Oh, well, I have enough to get by. I'm not a millionaire.
No, but judging by the lovely tea rooms which we frequent, I assume you're comfortable?
Oh, yes, I'm comfortable.
Good.
Though I'm not saying I can afford a new Dodge Valari every year.
No. I suppose it must be better to keep your money in certificates and collect the interest.
Oh, you like certificates, do you? I notice you like reading the report on business section.
I keep in touch.
And you own this nice little bungalow.
I rent.
Oh.
Well, what with maintenance and upkeep, it's foolish to buy.
Oh, renting's fine. I rent my little flat.
Which must leave you plenty to get by.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Are there problems?
Oh, no, I get by.
You get by?
Not starving. Yet.
Okay, this is silly.
Oh, yes, it is.
Let's just come out and say how much we have.
I agree, Marguerite. You go ahead.
But you proposed. The man should go first.
I might scare you off.
No, this is silly. Here.
It is.
There's a pencil.
Yes.
You write down how much you have on this old bridge scorecard.
Okay.
And we'll trade, and then we'll decide if we're too rich to get married.
Makes sense to me.
All right.
Here you go.
And here you go. Kenneth?
Yes, Marguerite?
Is this an old bridge score?
No, dear. Did you miss putting any zeros down in your number?
No.
So there shouldn't be any obstacles in us getting married.
No.
Except that you'll become a dependent and we'll lose one of our pensions.
Yes. So it seems we have no choice.
No, I suppose we won't.
Very well then, Kenneth. Let's shack up.
Oh, Marguerite!
We have liftoff. We are go.
The retro rockets crack the sky. I ride upon the fire. I should feel awe as we lift off, but I just feel desire.
I felt love spark the first time we flew a simulation, and now we're on a shuttle for our cosmic consummation.
Oh, there's something about weightlessness. My thermostat's red hot. In 0G, please come to me. Find my 0G spot.
Your eyes look lovely in the light that shines from the Big Dipper. I know we'll get our spacesuits off when we get through these zippers. Making love in outer space.
It's just like science fiction.
Although we have a problem, for in space there is no friction.
The heavens swirl above our heads.
Your moon blocks out the moon. We're going to reach orbit now.
Just don't reach it too soon.
I love to stroke your floating hair and gaze upon your charms.
I feel safe and protected within your Canadarms.
Oh, that was beautiful, my dear.
You're the lover of the century.
And if you're ready, so am I. We're going for re-entry. We're going for re-entry.
Conceived, written, and performed by the Frantic, and they are Paul Quennel, Dan Redicam, Peter Weldon, and Rick Green. Special guest is Meg Ruffin. Sound effects by Anton Zabo. Technical production, Brian Dawes, Mike Burnett. Production assistant was lovely Deborah Toppin. Frantic Times is produced in the Floating Blue Orchestra by Mr. David Milligan. You've been a lovely audience. Have a nice lunch. Good night, everybody. Goodbye.